Everything about the upcoming adaptation of It Ends With Us was set to be a Hollywood dream. A beloved novel, an acclaimed director, and an A-list actress seemed like a perfect match. Yet beneath the polished red carpet appearances and upbeat press releases lies a churning storm of legal threats, surprising leaks, and mounting allegations. What started as a project filled with excitement and emotional depth has now become a spectacle of lawsuits and whispers of betrayal. But how did things fall apart so quickly, and why is Justin Baldoni's rarely spotlighted wife suddenly taking center stage to reveal her version of events? A blockbuster in the making before these rumors erupted, the film adaptation of It Ends With Us had fans buzzing. The novel's devoted readership had high hopes that Justin Baldoni, known for crafting heartfelt, genuine stories, would honor the emotional intensity at the core of this deeply personal tale. Adding Blake Lively to the mix seemed like a surefire recipe for success. Her reputation for capturing both nuanced drama and witty, modern charm felt tailor-made for the lead role. From the moment filming began, industry insiders talked about a movie destined to be an award contender. Scenes were rumored to strike a balance between the novel's trademark vulnerability and the visual flair that Hollywood audiences crave. But behind the curtain, tensions were rising. What would eventually burst into public view started off as subtle disagreements, small creative choices here and there that clashed with the book's serious tone. As soon as production got underway, details leaked that Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni weren't always on the same page regarding the film's style. While the novel is known for its raw, emotional depth, Lively reportedly floated ideas for comedic twists and edgy modern updates, hoping to hook a broader audience. Baldoni, meanwhile, insisted that too much humor would weaken the story's most powerful themes. According to various sources, these discussions began politely but escalated when neither side was willing to budge. Things got even more heated when costume designs emerged showcasing luxurious, high-end fashion. Many fans pointed out that this clashed with the novel's portrayal of struggle and modest upbringing. Some insisted Lively advocated for a more glamorous wardrobe, while others say it was purely a studio decision to make the film more visually appealing. Either way, the spark of controversy was lit, and it was about to explode into a full-blown conflagration. Legal bombshells and shifting narratives the moment the public learned Blake Lively had filed complaints alleging she was sidelined in major creative decisions, the internet went wild. Almost immediately, Justin Baldoni's team released documents suggesting Lively was more than just involved, she was central to many big script revisions. Outraged, Baldoni took the extraordinary step of filing a massive defamation lawsuit. The figure-making headlines, some say up to $400 million, left everyone stunned. If true, it's one of the largest defamation claims in recent Hollywood memory, signaling that Baldoni wasn't just trying to protect his artistic vision, he was defending his reputation and career. Lively's side fired back, insisting she had raised concerns from day one. In her view, the comedic direction and flashy costumes were forced upon her to create a more marketable film, and she claims her serious portrayal was overshadowed by these decisions. The result, two major stars locked in a standoff. But just when you thought it couldn't get more dramatic, a quiet yet pivotal voice stepped forward, someone who had been there all along, watching from the sidelines. The unlikely witness, Baldoni's wife. Justin Baldoni's wife typically avoids the limelight. She's known among close circles as a supportive confidant who offers feedback on her husband's projects behind closed doors. This time, though, her involvement is front and center. Disturbed by what she perceived as falsehoods in Lively's statements, she felt compelled to speak up. According to those close to the situation, she was present for critical phone calls, script discussions, and costume deliberations, possibly acting as an unofficial consultant. Her revelations challenge many of Lively's claims. In particular, Baldoni's wife insists Lively was not only aware of the comedic elements being introduced but also enthusiastic about how those additions might broaden the film's appeal. She points to multiple occasions when Lively seemed excited about punchy humor and contemporary twists. Additionally, she suggests the actress had a hand in selecting upscale designer outfits that didn't match the novel's more frugal vibe. In other words, far from being blindsided, Lively might have been at the forefront of some of these creative shifts. So why would Lively now deny her involvement if she once embraced these ideas? According to Baldoni's wife, everything changed once negative fan feedback started swirling online. Photos of a decked-out Lively in expensive couture spread like wildfire, fueling accusations that the film was losing sight of the book's deeper struggles. Critics argued that comedic bits were overshadowing the heart-wrenching realities the novel portrays. That's when, from Baldoni's perspective, Lively retreated and began crafting a narrative that she'd been overruled in creative decisions. If text messages, meeting transcripts, and emails support this contradiction, showing that Lively was originally on board with comedic rewrites and lavish costumes, her case could be in serious jeopardy. Credibility is often the linchpin in defamation lawsuits. Demonstrating even one deliberate misrepresentation can ripple through an entire legal argument, causing it to collapse under scrutiny. As these conflicting accounts surfaced, fans of the book found themselves uncertain about the future of the adaptation they'd championed so fervently. Social media threads lit up with debates over who to trust. Some believe that Lively, a vocal advocate for female creatives, must have been sidelined by a production team that underestimated her. Others pointed to evidence that she's deeply invested in fashion and comedic timing, suggesting she had a heavy hand in steering the film's direction. The wave of support for either side reached a fever pitch, with claims and counterclaims swirling around every new rumor. Meanwhile, industry insiders speculated on the potential fallout. If Lively's credibility takes a hit in court, it could hurt her brand, a carefully crafted blend of sophistication, relatability, and wit. For Justin Baldoni, winning legally might still come at a significant cost if fans believe he shut down or dismissed Lively's creative input. And then there's the movie itself, teetering precariously between success and catastrophe. Loyal enthusiasts fear the adaptation could be overshadowed by scandal, leaving the film's emotional core lost in a sea of controversy. Beyond personal reputations, there's a tremendous amount of money on the line. Production budgets swell with each delay, and negative press can scare off investors. In a worst-case scenario, the film could face boycott threats from fans who feel it strays too far from the novel's raw spirit. Or it could turn into a legal quagmire, halting production or overshadowing its release with a massive lawsuit. Either outcome spells trouble for a project that once promised to explore profound themes of love, endurance, and self-discovery. Yet not everything is certain. Hollywood has a knack for turning turmoil into triumph if damage control is swift and strategic. Some observers wonder if Lively and Baldoni might settle their differences to rescue the film from a complete meltdown. Perhaps legal teams will pursue mediation to avoid a public trial that could produce even more damaging leaks. And maybe, just maybe, the passion that fueled this project in the first place will be enough to see it through the storm. So, where does Baldoni's wife factor into all of this? Some believe her testimony is the key to everything. If she can verify, through her personal notes or first-hand accounts, that Lively was indeed a driving force behind comedic rewrites and high-fashion looks, it might force Lively's team to seek a quick settlement or risk losing in court. On the other hand, critics argue that a spouse's perspective is hardly objective. It's in her best interest to protect her husband from a $400 million lawsuit. If the legal situation escalates, fans can expect a wave of depositions, text message disclosures, and possibly the involvement of third-party witnesses like costume designers and assistant directors. Every piece of evidence could reshape public perception. Even if a settlement is reached quietly, the damage to the film's image might already be done, dampening the buzz that once promised a box office hit. Amid the swirling rumors and contentious lawsuits, It Ends With Us stands at a crossroads. Will it become the powerful, moving adaptation that readers envisioned, or will it be remembered as a cautionary tale about clashing egos, shifting alliances, and the hidden perils of big-budget filmmaking? The statements from Baldoni's wife have only increased the stakes, revealing a side of the story few saw coming. Her decision to speak out calls everything we thought we knew into question and suggests that the ultimate truth is far more complicated than any single party's narrative. Fans, insiders, and casual observers now wait to see if more explosive evidence will emerge, evidence that could vindicate one side and dismantle the other.